Journey to Become a True God, Chapter 4 Inheritance from the God of Sage. Seeing Gu Xian easily evicted from this room, Yi Chen panicked. After that, light enveloped the building around Yi Chen. A floating figure appeared in front of Yi Chen. The figure looked at Yi Chen's body from the top down. The ancient body was not bad. Son, I am the Sage God, one of the 5 most powerful true gods in the past. I intentionally left the rest of my soul in this book so that one day someone can inherit my power, and today you have activated this legacy I left behind. If other people hear the name of the God of Sage in the realm of their gods, they will definitely be very happy, especially knowing to activate an inheritance, but it doesn't seem to apply. Not for Yi Chen. Senior, maybe you are mistaken, I just touched that book and didn't do anything else. This person could kick his master easily, proving that this person was strong enough. If he wanted to harm or kill Yi Chen, it was easy enough. See, Yi Chen, restless god sage, finally spoke. Calm down, I will not harm you at all. I will explain so that you little Menjeti. To activate my legacy, besides having to have this book, you also have to have a key, and the key is in your neck. The sage god pointed to the necklace on Yi Chen's neck. Yi Chen finally realized that the necklace around his neck was glowing in red. Out of curiosity, Yi Chen asked, what ancestor actually is this thing? This is a fire crystal, which is one of the 8 crystal elements of fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, light, darkness, dimension scattered throughout this world. Prepare yourself to receive my inheritance, and at the tip of the finger of Lord Sage a drop of blood appeared. This is a drop of blood from me that has been purified for millions of years to obtain blood that cannot be destroyed. After this blood enters your body, all your veins and meridians will be replaced with the Sage God meridians, and the process will be a little painful. Then a finger from the Sage God pushed forward the blood directly into Yi Chen's chest and entered through his skin. When the blood entered, Yi Chen felt all his venues twitched and felt his Venera being eaten by something. A great razor-second finally struck Yi Chen's entire body. He felt like being stabbed and chopped by thousands of invisible swords, making Yi Chen scream in pain. Gu Xian, who is outside, is currently trying to destroy the barrier, but even with the strength of his strength up to 80%, the barrier still doesn't budge. Gu Xian didn't know what was going on with his student inside. If he had an accident, then it was very troublesome. Because it will be very difficult to find a student who has a body like Yi Chen in this world. Argh! A cry of pain was heard from the inside. Gu Xian, who heard a cry of pain from the inside, he immediately tried again, and this time he used 100% of his strength. Bam! A loud explosion that could be hit by almost tens of thousands of mil. Dust fell to cover 200 miles away. When the dust disappeared, the barrier was still standing strong and not even scratched. Seeing this, Gu Xian could only sigh and pray that his student would be fine. After 2 hours, the screaming finally stopped. Yi Chen's body and the blood of the Sage Gods successfully fused. Yi Chen felt his body light and a lot of strength flowed in his body. His mind was also very clear now. Now you have inherited my power, even though it is incomplete. If you can find the other 7 crystals, then you will get my complete inheritance. Senior, then, where should I look for the other 7 crystals? Yi Chen asked. It depends on your luck, because the crystal is scattered throughout the whole world. God Sage answered with uncertainty. Because you have accepted my inheritance. The responsibility that you will carry in the future will be very heavy. My task is now finished when I leave. And also for cultivation techniques and others are all in this book. I hope you can complete a mission that I cannot complete in the past. Sage God closed his eyes and became increasingly transparent. Wait, Senior, what do you mean by mission? Explain to me. Before Yi Chen finished his words, the rest of the Soul Sage Gods disappeared. The book that originally floated in the air turned into a ray of light and entered Yi Chen's forehead. Yi Chen received various information on how to cultivate, starting from some sage deity abilities and some heavenly level techniques. So Yi Chen learned it one by one. For some reason, after Yi Chen had inherited the power of Sage God, Yi Chen could easily learn these things. From what Yi Chen had in mind, a cultivator had 52 deep veins, but Yi Chen now had 60 deep veins. The deep vein is the most important factor for any cultivator. The more one can open the vein door deeply, the faster they absorb yuan qi, and of course the faster they become stronger. These 8 additional veins represent 8 immersive elements belonging to the god sage, and of these 8 additional veins one is open. The flame vein to open requires a special fire crystal ability, can increase the strength of its users tens of times over for a few moments. If the cultivation level of the user is weak, then it will hurt itself. This book is like a system and only shows information about fire veins and fire techniques for other veins. Yi Chen's level of thinking had gone up a level, so he knew that if he wanted to open up other information and techniques, then he would only have to find another sage god crystal. Of course, the technique, which is unrelated to the other 8 elements, is also open, like the striking Paliang technique, called the true god body. Where there are 10 levels, each level will increase the power of the blow several times. After finish learning a few techniques that are quite strong, Yi Chen immediately stood up and wanted to get out, but it seems the barrier still hasn't disappeared. When Yi Chen tried to think of a way to remove the barrier vanished, and immediately the figure rushed in and stood in front of Yi Chen.